This video is for training purposes only. It is prohibited from being copied, distributed, or shared. The concepts, statistics, and ideas do not necessarily represent those of World Financial Group and Transamerica Financial Advisors.
Well, the first concept that I want to share with you guys is one of the most usable concepts. It's from Robert Kiyosaki. It's called the Cashflow Quadrant. Some of you may have seen this, but we have a little bit of a different take on it here at Transamerica and World Financial Group. We add a few other things. So pay close attention to this. This is something that you're going to be able to use on all of your one-on-ones. It's going to be a great opportunity for you to stretch somebody's vision and really get them to understand where they're at and where they're going. Okay? So Robert Kiyosaki, he wrote a book called Rich Dad, Poor Dad. And in that book, he talks about everyone in America can be put into 4 different quadrants. Doesn't matter what class of citizen you are or what kind of money you make. It doesn't matter. Everyone can be put in one of these 4 quadrants. And what he talks about is this. So if we basically draw a quadrant, he talks about the E, the S, the B, and the I. What he says is about 90% of Americans work for the other 10%. And really what you're doing is you're making your boss's goals and dreams become a reality. You know, you're working for somebody else your entire life. And I don't know anybody, and you can ask your client this, or you can ask your prospect this, do you know anybody who has worked for somebody their entire life and is completely and totally financially independent? Very rarely are they going to be able to say yes. Most of the time, if you work for somebody else, you are not financially independent. You are, making that person's goals and dreams, as I said, become a reality. They're the ones that are on the vacations and on their yachts and doing the things that they need to do in Hawaii while you're still back punching that time card. So here's what you do as an employee. You trade your time for money. So what you're doing is you're saying, I'm going to give you 40 hours a week, 60 hours a week, 80 hours a week, whatever it may be, for a set amount of money. And so wouldn't it be unique, wouldn't it be unbelievable if you could say, what if I had enough money to trade for free time? If you had, for example, if you had, $1 million, you were able to pay all of your bills and you wouldn't have to worry about working, so then you could trade money for time. Wouldn't that be great? So that's what Kiyosaki says most people are looking for, to become financially independent. So they get fed up with working in the E quadrant and they say, you know what, I cannot stand having a boss, I don't like being told what to do, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to move from the E to the S. And that really is the small business or self-employed part of the quadrant. That's really the people like the real estate owners, the donut shops, the restaurants, the insurance salesman. That's an independent type self-employed atmosphere. And so what he talks about there is you really don't own a business, you more own a job. Because if you don't wake up that day to go to work, you don't make any money. That's like let's say the restaurant owner. If you don't wake up and go into work and open up your restaurant and make food for people, you're not going to make any money. So you really kind of own a job, which is better than working for somebody else because you control your own schedule. However, there's a lot more that you take on, a lot more responsibility, and a lot more responsibility economically, right? So what he says, if you want to become wealthy, you need to be in the right-hand side of the quadrant. Now what's great about this is what we do in Transamerica and World Financial Group. We help people with an opportunity on the right-hand side of the quadrant, and also we help them with investing on the right-hand side of the quadrant. So let's talk about the B quadrant first. In the B quadrant stands for big business. These are things like a McDonald's franchise, right? Like franchises. If you had $1 million to go, $1.5 million to go buy a McDonald's franchise, well, that would be great. The problem is most people don't have $1 million. The reason why it's very attractive to have a B quadrant business is because these businesses have systems. Whether or not you know what you're doing, you can work in a system. And a system stands for save yourself time, energy, and money. So save yourself time, energy, and money. The great thing about McDonald's is it doesn't matter if you're a truck driver and you buy a McDonald's, or if you're a finance major and you buy a McDonald's. Everybody has a system. You read the system, you follow the system, you go to Hamburger University, and everybody makes money who owns a McDonald's most of the time. And here's why. Because that system runs your business. You don't run your business. So they know what to make, when to make it, how to make it. They know what everything looks the same. A number one is still a Big Mac. 16-year-old kids run the system. They give out free food. They drop food. Food doesn't taste very good, but it still makes money. Because what they're doing here is they're trading their money. That McDonald's owner is now trading their money for time, right? And that's the most precious resource. We cannot get more time. There's more gold, there's more real estate, there's more food, there's more clothing, there's more watches and cars, but you can't get more time. It's very simple. We only have a finite amount and nobody knows how much you actually have been given. So the unique thing here is you can trade your money for time. So the McDonald's owner trades his money or her money, buys a franchise, and now they have people run it, a manager, workers. They have people that do those things, and they're not responsible for everyday activities. They just do an oversight. Well, that's kind of what we're doing here in World Financial Group and Transamerica. We have a proven, powerful business system that you can be taught, that you can read, that you can tangibly touch, and it doesn't cost you $1 million. And so we have that system that we speak of, and I've been doing it now for almost 7 years, and that system has generated for me all the time and the energy and the effort and the money that I need, and I still want to obviously go further and go higher, but right now it's doing exactly what the system said it would do for me. So if somebody's not interested in that, the next thing that we do is we help people with investments. This is the old, your money makes money. This is people like Donald Trump, Ross Perot, Tiger Woods, Oprah Winfrey, those people who are consistently investing and growing and building their dollars. See, we help families with the education on how to save, how to invest, how to grow their future finances. And so this I quadrant, everybody, Kiyosaki says everyone, whether or not you're a business owner or you're an employee or you're a small business owner, everybody needs to be investing money. And that's where I think we can help everyone on the right-hand side of the quadrant. Whether or not they want to be a working person with us is an opportunity to help grow and build their own business, to build a business within a business, or if they just simply want to get some financial education and invest. That is the cash flow quadrant. Hope you guys study it, use it, listen to it, watch it over and over, and then teach it to your clients and your prospects. Thanks a lot, guys.